I made a post, a photo image of myself and some text. Today is, well, it's in November of year 2025. YouTube, Charles Toad Channel, letter. Area 51. Area 51 is for if you're so far in the wrong, you live on another planet and threatening, but because I am alive here, you cannot see yourself on another planet. You're illegally on Earth if you live, stay, are, dwell, are in Area 51. When I was in Wisconsin, the United States history class at Homestead High School, Mequon, Wisconsin, or maybe in the history textbooks that could be anywhere in Wisconsin or anywhere outward bound from Wisconsin. The United States government declares Area 51 in state of Nevada. But then there's also something I hear about when the weather report is given here in Las Vegas, Nevada, local news. They'll do weather report and report, let's say if it's summer in Nevada and the temperature here is 110 degrees Fahrenheit in Las Vegas on a summer day. They will report the temperature in Death Valley, California, could be 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can drive there in a car. So I guess you take the US 95 and you go out to Death Valley, California. What's the realistic temperature? I may be over the mark when I see 140 degrees Fahrenheit. I want to be true about what I saw in the weather was outstanding high temperatures in Death Valley, California during summer, here in Nevada, summertime. So what if the temperature is 120 degrees Fahrenheit? What if it's 125 degrees Fahrenheit? Yeah, so it's high. 130 temperature degrees Fahrenheit. And I do have the question about when I'm out in the sun in Nevada, here in Las Vegas, out in the sun in the summer. The sun is extremely hot in comparison with the shade. How hot is it really in Las Vegas and under the sun? Is it like Death Valley, California temperatures reported on the news? I can't really say. I don't know. It's very hot. So I want to say Death Valley, California is also a prison, and so it would be Area 51 deceasement to Death Valley, California prison. Death Valley prison in California, Area 51 prison in Nevada. So that's what I mean about upstate penitentiary, upstate prisons. But you hear it as reporting something to do with aliens. Okay, that means that you don't have recognizable humans in the prisons. They're already dismantled leverage on their body. They don't have leverage on their hair. They don't have leverage on their eyes. They don't have leverage on their mouth with teeth. They don't have leverage on their bodies to be um, uh, like named prison, maximum security prison. You're past that if it's Area 51. It's alien because it's not human anymore, and the leverage on the hair, eyes, skin, teeth, nose, it doesn't have leverage anymore. So that means leverage into alive. That's why you don't want to tamper with leverage. It's in view for myself since high school. Area 51, the leverage is dismantled on some and then that, so go by United States history reporting of Area 51. I'm seeing it now that it's Eisenhower administration, and then Kennedy administration. What about Truman? Am I missing something? So that's predates myself in high school. That would be so 19. Well, Kennedy's 1960s. Um, what about 1950s? So leave that open there on the time frame that there is Area 51 designated area for it's a prison for aliens if you think they are somewhere between here and outer space. Okay, so uh, what about space spaceships? Oh, so a side note, Extraterrestrial E.T., the movie by Steven Spielberg, director. So there is some kind of a space travel cited in that movie. I don't know how to say it other than there is designated prison to have that would be in the prison. I would not see that here is due to myself. I'm not going to jail for you. Well, the jail should go to upstate prisons. You go to up to maximum security prisons, or do you go maximum security prison? Either way, you have to die out of your leverage. And if you end up in an Area 51 prison for something you would call alien, that means that your leverage on your form of eyes, nose, mouth, hair, ears, and everything, your leverage is died at that point. So that means you don't have leverage into alive of your eyes, nose, mouth, hair, and teeth and everything. That's how it's alien and it goes into outer space in the threatening. But we don't really see that on the news of all the normal people who don't know how to go to jail and prison and die with all of their. Are you getting older? Have you become a senior on TV? Were you a middle-aged person who became a senior citizen person on TV? Because you need to die out of your eyes and nose and mouth and hair before your senior goes aged and further off the leverage of your two eyes, nose, and a mouth and hair. You have to die out of that before you end up in Area 51 and see it. You don't want to see it yourself. Well, that's the threat of it being called Area 51. It's not an official state. You can't be in the state of Nevada. It's Area 51 is not really state of Nevada. It's Area 51, not counting the states 1 through 50. And I don't know how to count which state in sequence. I have seen that in U.S. history that they sequentially count the states when they were formed, but I don't have a live that way from the year 1980 onwards. As soon as I found out there was such a thing as the United States of America, there was the count of 50 states all at once. Area 51 is due in Africa. When I am deceased out of America, America will be deceased as Africa, and it is not possible to alive again America. I died out of America. I do not alive America ever again. When I die out of America, America will die to be Africa. We die out of America as Africa. That means if you're a Black person and you're alive and alive, it didn't wait until after I am deceased to alive in Africa. Well, how did that happen? And why don't you investigate that? Because you have racial tension issues you talk about on TV, but you don't have addressed how Black people, how Indian people, how Native American Indian people or Asian people or a foreign language speaking people, like as in not English speaking people, how do those people, are they in your view? Because you don't fight with the cause of that. Don't know why, because it's my house. And you don't know who God is. You don't have all of the questions except they go around and around. Your questions go around and around. You spin every question in high-speed trafficking, and you launch rockets into outer space, and you don't know where to land the rocket. Do you know how to launch a rocket into outer space, but you don't know how to land a rocket? If it lands back on Earth, you don't know how to land a rocket. Wow, did you miss that somebody's alive? You have so many problems. You put the wealthiest man of Amazon.com and you launched him on a rocket and brought him back to the world so that he could have another girlfriend. You don't even worry about, all you did was count his money. You counted his money. You don't know why he doesn't have a life that way anymore. He's hysterical karma. Jeff Bezos, I don't know you. You don't know how to go and get my keys for my house and let me live in my house. Well, you keep living off of some imaginary leverage that you think that Charles Toe is going to take over my residence and I'm going to go and ask somebody a question. Yeah, but you're saving everything that's mine to myself and you want me to ask you a question because I'm not God to anyone that way, am I? Yeah, but how did you get everything that's mine to myself away from me? Did you ask me a question? Are you hooking myself? You don't actually say no to the things that you say with your wild food mouth. And you keep eating. You eat the public food and you say insane. Has anybody seen people pouring peanut butter out of jars, containers? I bit my lip just now because you eat the peanut butter the wrong way. You pour it like this is almond butter, and you pour the peanut butter out of a jar. And I keep telling myself that you put the peanut butter in the microwave, in the container, in the microwave, and you pour it out. Well, why do you even tamper with the food supply like that? The peanut butter's for me and I can't possibly put it all in my mouth. Do you know what the food supply looks like since you've been eating out of it for 45 years of alive of myself? The food supply is so big, it would be as if all there was food and there's no space or time or property in dispute for you to alive yourselves anymore. Ever, anywhere, ever. It's just food and it's all for me because I don't have genitals anymore to eat the food and that's how you keep it away from me. But I'm God, I can still eat it if I have a mouth. Oh, have you been doing that? Oh my God, I need out of my Godhead. No genitals. So how do you tell the folks when I'm God deceased that I don't require food for hunger, even for the taste of it. I don't really need the food anymore. And you saved aside all this food and leverage for me that I don't need it anymore, but I have it. Yeah, oh, I have it. I don't want it. I don't want it that way. It would be like if somebody served you. Did you go to a restaurant and order a steak and somebody brought out the raw piece of meat and said, if you want a steak, go cook it yourself? That's what you just did to me with the whole food supply. You left it all that if I want it, I can have it this way and I can have it when I don't need it anymore. Yeah, and it's so much food and you just left it for me. Well, because you have to die out of your genitals. Your genitals don't alive near the food without me. And it's not due near the food for you to eat it. It's due that you are leaving, that you're near the food. If you see the food, you go away from it. I can't open it. I want to, but I can't. I was going to insist that I could get it open, but I can't. No, I don't want to break the bag. Oh, I can't. It's too hard. I have to go get the scissors. I'm sorry for the delay. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. Why do you want that? Because Christmas is about the crucifixion of the birthday of Jesus. And which, if you don't know who Jesus is implicit. And wouldn't you just leave that alone? The crucifixion of the birthday of Jesus. Yeah, I don't celebrate Christmas that way. But I'm about to celebrate Christmas now because I'm coming to myself deceased. And then I will see myself out of the door locking. And that's Christmas for me. When I'm not in the door locking anymore, I can celebrate Christmas. Yeah, that'll be beautiful. Really love it. Okay, so this is bacon in here. Don't eat the meat because it's from Area 51. I just want to say that for Joel and Myra, who said, don't eat the meat because it's slaughtered animals. Okay, well, don't eat the meat because it's from Area 51, a prison of an area of land or place that's not allowed to be a state of the United States. Number 51 is Area 51 is a prison. So, is there meat from there? You know, I'm going to just leave this in the bag. I don't eat bacon, if you know what I mean. And it's uncured bacon is what it says on the bag packaging. Yeah. I don't eat uncured bacon. Never. No, 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 no. And I have had bacon before, but I don't eat that anymore because I don't eat pork if possible. Bacon, that would have been back in Wisconsin when I was growing up. Well, they didn't know not to serve me pork. Okay, but it's not going well for you anymore. I'm done with that. You tried to feed me pork because you know I'm not supposed to eat that, and it eats everything. I eat everything. It just eats. Wham! Exclamation mark. WHAM exclamation point or exclamation mark. George Michael, your voice needs to be removed in Area 51 because you don't have any substance for the voice. It's stolen like a frog in the throat. Yeah, I'm still going to listen to the music because it just, sometimes it just comes on because of this season. Yeah, so if it comes on, I'll hear it. And I might even play it. I won't eat this off the table because the table is not clean enough to eat off of the table. It's not a clean, a sanitary place to live here. Yeah, I need out of alive so I can live someplace that's like deceased. I wouldn't have to worry about clean anymore. It wouldn't be anything unclean. There's no contaminants is due. I think the contaminants are making me die of that. It's just not myself. And I'm willing to die for that. I will let that go, of course. Well, I have some almond butter here. Here. I want it a little in the salad because I need some protein and I have nuts, but I don't want to open them. So I'm just putting some almond butter in the salad. This is already open and it's old. The salad is fresh. Everything, it's a kit. It comes with everything in it. But I'm just adding something to this kit because I'm a little behind in eating it sequentially, all the salad kits together. This is the last one I did not eat at the same time as sequentially with the other salad kits, one day after another after another. So try that. They're not nuts, but I would put nuts on here, but it's almond butter. How about a little more? All right, a little more. I need the extra calories whenever I can get them. I'm always hungry. And I don't look right. I don't look hungry. Hungry should be like thin and healthy and moving about. But I am past that. I'm deceased out of hungry to be healthy. So we're past that and we're going on to deceased out of the door locking. Try this.
Confidence has no limits. The unmistakable authority of the BMW X5. With a compelling design, innovative curved display, and expansive cargo space, the capable X5 takes versatility to even greater heights. Introducing the 2025 JLG 1255 Telehandler Forklift, brought to you by Aerial Titans. Our most powerful lift solution yet, designed for heavy-duty performance and total reliability. With a 12,000-pound lift capacity and a maximum lift height of 55 feet, the 1255 handles your toughest jobs with ease. Dallas ventilated, dancing at the honky tonk. A fine and classic country gal borrowed all my smokes. We two-stepped all night long. She asked if I got wood. Said she needs to bring it home for her little furry dude. Sounds surprising, but I had wood in my pants. Decided I'll go help her out and her furry friend. Once we went inside her trailer, I just couldn't move. Her pet peeve would trap me in its fur and grab my wood. She ain't gonna shake her beaver, I'm gonna leave her, this is Giver. Girl, this thing is crazy, furry, dirty, belongs back in the river. Girl, I thought I'm a believer, but this thing gives me the shivers. And it whacks it, I can't even. Ma'am, you better shake that beaver. Why the heck you got a beaver building dams inside your sink? I need to pee so bad the sink ain't working, not sure what to think. It got the longest fur I ever saw, it grows up to the roof. I thought it was a little buffalo, but I ain't seen no hoof. You don't even care, you just lie there asking for more cigs. But girl, I'm stuck inside this mess, I'm squealing like a pig. If you wanna keep it and keep me, this beaver must behave. You can't let it chop my wood like that and get this beaver saved. She ain't gonna shed a beaver, I'm gonna leave her, this is Giver. Girl, this thing is crazy, furry, dirty, belongs back in the river. Girl, I thought I'm a believer, but this thing gives me the shivers. And it whacks it, I can't even. Man, you better shake that beaver. Yeah. Move everybody now. Everybody now. I'm gonna leave her, this is Giver. Girl, this thing is crazy, furry, dirty, belongs back in the river. Girl, I thought I'm a believer, but this thing gives me the shivers. Shit, it whacks it, I can't even. Man, you better shake that beaver. Oh, yeah. Everybody now. Never sue the other driver after a car
I
accident.
did stop.
There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check.
Apologies. All right, it's time for lunch.